Hello, welcome to Live and Local Champlin. I am your host, Ashley Wagner, City of Champlin Communications. Thanks for joining us. Over the next hour, we're going to give you an inside look at Mississippi crossings, to include walking through the new event center now available for rent. We're going to host a few live guests, and we're going to spotlight local businesses. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Now joining us, our city administrator, Bret. Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Thank you for being here this morning as we give our community an update on the Riverfront redevelopment project. Before we jump into our exciting news that the event center is soon to be grand opening and now accepting rentals, let's talk a little bit about the background behind the project and kind of an overview and vision for the community when it comes to this project.
Yeah, we've talked previously, the crossings task force actually started back in 1999 with a vision. The mayor and the council at that time had a vision for reactivating the riverfront in Champlin, and that kind of established the vision and the master plan for the project, and put us, in terms of staff, put us in motion in terms of acquisition of the properties. And we've spent over 20 years acquiring the property, and we're now at the fun part. We're getting close to opening, so we're more than excited.
Yay! Well, give us a little bit when you say the master plan. What all is involved inside of the Mississippi Crossings area before we give people a look inside the project?
So the crossings area actually consists of an area north of East Hayden Lake Road, and over actually to Cartway on the other side, and then obviously the West River Road area riverfront, and the focus, or the gateway introduction project as it was originally, that was focused to be more toward the Champlin and Oka Bridge. And so for the first 5 years, that's where we spent a lot of our time in terms of the planning and whatnot. And then as the acquisitions were taking place and we realized we had an opportunity with the existing parkland here at Mississippi Point Park, that we weren't utilizing the riverfront as well as we could. And so the focus kind of shifted downstream to the park area. And then obviously the housing component was there from the beginning, but again, the focus was to tie the 5 parks that we have in the area of not only the Elm Creek Dam, but the Mill Pond, Chandler Park, and then obviously Upper and Lower Mississippi Point Park as well.
And I love the vision of activating the riverfront and putting pieces together that really help give access to those who maybe don't live directly on the river. Can you tell us a little bit more about the overview of the project as far as what is inside of the East River Parkway area up top at the Upper Mississippi Point Park?
Yeah, the project scope, so to say, consisted of 2 phases. The first phase was the housing component, and we're going to have our developer here on later. Josh and Greco have proven to be fantastic partners. So the Bowline, the master plan was developed there. We've got 215 actually housing units, luxury rentals, and so that was phase 1. Phase 2 consists of the public park improvements, which is the public event center, the outdoor performance area, the open play area, the docks. We've got, in trying to design the master plan to meet all the demographics of the community, we included a play area for the younger demographics, and then there's also a splash pad area as well. So We really took an underutilized area on the riverfront and tried to open and provide some opportunities for the entire community to witness this outstanding resource that we have available to us.
Well, that is awesome, and I'm so excited to show them the tour that we were able to take and give them that inside look in just a second. But let's talk first about the event center. It's very exciting. It's almost complete. It's going to be grand opening this fall. Tell us a little bit about the rental opportunities that we are now accepting at the Mississippi Crossings Event Center.
So when we started talking about facility design for the phase 2 or the public park improvements, we did not and do not currently have a public space that the residents could have available to them for rent of any size over 75 people. Mm-hmm. And for a community of our size, we have just far too many groups or opportunities that need access to that type of meeting facility. So that became the primary focus from the City Council in creating an opportunity for a community meeting space on the riverfront with the views that it has. So that was priority A. Then we also had, a community need involving banquet space. Mm-hmm. And so originally we went through a few iterations with other potential development partners that actually had an event center itself on the river. Ultimately, when the council selected our partnership with Greco, we had to amend the event center a little bit in providing the banquet space. So we'll have opportunities for concessions to serve the residents that are activating or utilizing the park improvements. We'll have a concessionaire, hopefully a local ice cream vendor, and then most importantly, the banquet space will provide opportunities for weddings or wedding parties or whatever the community needs, and we have a catering kitchen, etc. available. And then on top of it, the most exciting part is obviously the deck area that has just some breathtaking views available on the
Wonderful. And it's my understanding that it's available to rent already. To go ahead and start looking ahead, you can rent it by the hour in 4-hour increments. You can rent it all day for a 12-hour event. And all of that information is online at MississippiCrossings.com.
It is.
Wonderful.
So we're excited. We've got our first big unveiling for a wedding show in November, and that's going to kind of kick things off. So we're excited. So it was important for the council to have quality finishings. If we're gonna invite the community into this type of facility, the lobby sets the tone, and we talked a little bit about that. But then you transition directly into the banquet space itself, and architecturally, it's tongue and groove cedar ceilings and whatnot. So and again, it's all encased in glass, beautiful windows, beautiful. And then the catering kitchen and the concession areas, those will definitely serve the needs of the community.
Well, wonderful. Well, let's talk a little bit about what's outside of the event center and some of the park improvements you'll see inside of the Mississippi Crossings area.
Yeah. So you had mentioned the splash pad, and while it's not the scale of anything that we have at Andrews Park, it was important for the City Council to establish amenities that fit everyone, every age group within the community and the families. So there's a small splash pad that provides some recreational opportunities for the kids, and that transitions right into the play area, and you'll see on some of the pictures here. It's really a unique design, definitely a challenging amenity for the youth. It's right on the river, so it's really a unique opportunity. We have some slides on the hills that exist that are built right into the project, and so that really creates a nice amenity.
That's awesome. Well, it looks wonderful. Also outside, there's the public docks. Let's talk about that.
One of the key components, and again, providing and activating the riverfront, is making sure that the residents have an opportunity to get out on the river. And so the council approved a vendor agreement with Your Boat Club, who is now national. This is the second year of operation. We'll have public parking for up to 20 watercraft on the river at all times. Dockside service available for the restaurant. Not only is it an opportunity to take advantage of those that own their watercraft, but we wanted to make sure for those residents that may not own watercraft, they have an opportunity to rent them and get access to the river as well.
Awesome. And obviously we're going to talk about the restaurant in a little bit when our great co-developer joins us, but right looking off of where the restaurant patio will be is our stage, our outdoor performance area, the outdoor plaza area. Briefly tell us a little bit about that.
The outdoor performance area, essentially it's a beautifully designed band shell itself, an amphitheater that designed for outdoor performances. So we're going to, in cooperation with the developer and the restaurant operator, we're going to be employing a summer concert series. Number of opportunities throughout the course of the summer, a number of opportunities for the residents to come and enjoy that. We have seating for approximately 500 residents at the OPA itself, and then a number of grassy knolled areas where people can throw down a blanket and or stand in the open play and plaza area. We'll have a synthetic turf area of approximately 140 by 140, so we're going to have a lot of the league games, yard games available for the residents to participate on a more competitive or even on a nightly recreation basis.
Oh, it just sounds so exciting. I cannot wait for the
is.
grand opening this October.
We're excited. The grand opening is going to be phenomenal. We've got some local talent that's participating, and the local community as well, especially the businesses. So we're excited.
Thank you so much for being here this morning. I really appreciate it. We're now going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with great co-developer Josh Brandsted. First, let's take a look at one of our newest businesses in town. Welcome to town, Nautical Bowls.
So while technically you can't go surfing in Champlin, but I may have the next best thing. Head on over to Nautical Bowls in Champlin. Walk up to the counter.
Welcome to Nautical Bowls. How are we doing today? Good. So we're going with the Sunrise Bowl, cruiser size, 16 ounces. You got it.
Then have a seat at one of their beautiful surfboard tables and get ready to ride the waves. Nautical Bowls offers refreshing, delicious, and healthy plant-based treats. It's located right across the street from the beautifully restored Mill Pond, and you can find Nautical Bowls at the end of the strip mall.
It's been amazing. Champlin's been amazing. Everything, the reception we've got from the community is amazing. And it's awesome. We're trying to bring a little warmth to the Midwest here and kind of get those nautical summer vibes. So that's just what we want to set. You come in, our product is super aesthetic, it's very warm, it's appealing to the eye. So just have a warm, welcoming staff greet you when you walk in and get a little taste of summer when you're here. So
the Sunrise Bowl. Enjoy.
It's kind of a healthy, fast, casual dining experience. So we have 8 different sorbets, all gluten-free, dairy-free, no refined sugar, 20 different ingredients. So a super simple menu. Like I said, 8 sorbets, 20 ingredients. We have 11 signature bowls. What I like to describe to guests when they come in, they've never tried us, is I'll give them our most popular bowls. So we have one of 2 directions you can go. You can go those very fruit-forward, bright colors, citrus, tart, very summer flavors, or you can go kind of the earthier tones, dark chocolate, nutty, a little bit more neutral, and you can kind of go off in those directions and they're put together for you. I also encourage them to make their own. You know, some people will walk in and they'll put, you know, the mango with the cacao, which to me is a little different, but for them, they love it and they come multiple times a week and they get that. So very simple menu, very simple ingredients, but together, I mean, they're fantastic. So it's a super aesthetic process. I think a lot of our guests come in so they can take a photo of our product and share it on social media. You know, it looks really good on camera and it tastes even better. I've worked in many different cities in Minnesota and across the country, and you really do get a sense of community with Champlin. Something about it really does just scream community, tight-knit, people know each other, kids are coming in, families are coming in. So the response has just been incredible.
To view the Nautical Bowls menu, place an online order, or to get more information, be sure to check out their website.
QCTV is now hiring for part-time associate producers. You can have a blast utilizing top-of-the-line broadcasting equipment, watching live events, and have fun all while being paid to be a part of our team. Production experience doesn't matter here at QCTV. Whether you're a 30-year broadcasting veteran or just starting out, we will make sure that you are equipped to be a part of our high-quality productions. Not sure if you have the time to commit to a fixed schedule? No worries. QCTV utilizes flexible scheduling so that you can pick the shifts that you want to work on. To learn more, please visit our jobs page at qctv.org/jobs. From there, you can learn more about this position, and if interested, submit your application today.
Oh my gosh. Welcome back. Now joining us, Josh Brandsted of Graco Development. Thank you so much for being here and
Thanks
being
for
a partner when it comes to this Mississippi Crossings project. I'm excited to have you here to give your perspective on the vision and what's to come with the restaurant breaking ground this fall. But let's start with just how's the partnership between your company and the City of Champlin staff?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. It's a project of this scale. It's a $75 million plus redevelopment, and it's been in the works for over 20 years here at the city through a variety of different councils, mayors, and staff members and whatnot. So I think a really well-aligned partnership out of the gate was something that was really important to us. I know it was really important to the city, and I think it's just been I think what we're seeing now are the results of that strong partnership. You don't go through a redevelopment like this without different obstacles and hurdles to overcome along the way, changes, and we've been able to all work together with the same common focus. And I think at the end of the day that that strong partnership has really led us through some of the trying times with COVID and now what feels like kind of the upswing on the back end.
Yes, we're excited for the next phase of the project, which will be your restaurant breaking ground. Tell us a little bit about what residents can look forward to when the restaurant comes to be. Like, what are some of the amenities? Give us your vision and the concept behind the restaurant.
This restaurant, it's really unique. As we look across the Twin Cities landscape, we aren't sure that there's anything that's really comparable to it. It's uniquely positioned on the riverfront, so there aren't a lot of those just in general. And then the connection to all the public amenities that are getting built out right now and getting finished off is also another unique component. But it's going to be a highly active entertainment kind of venue, if you want to think about it like that. It's a 16,000 square foot restaurant with rooftop, which is on the extremely large side of things. Very, very interactive on the outside with an 11,000 square foot private patio. And then as well, we have about a 10 to 11,000 square foot sand area where you can think of spike ball tournaments, bocce ball, kids out doing sandcastle contests, all kinds of different elements of that nature. And then to add to it, we have an amphitheater that's going to be able to provide live entertainment for the community and the surrounding communities as well, which I think are just a lot of different dynamics that you don't get in a lot of different markets or other locations. But then when you think about the concept of this restaurant, it's going to be elevated American fare. And again, it's really going to be focused on activity and engagement and really, being an asset to the community.
That's wonderful. And is it true the upper deck will have a Four Seasons aspect to it for those Minnesota winters so that can be enjoyed all year round?
It will. It'll have features that could keep it open year round, depending on weather. There will be an interior component of that, as well as the majority of that upstairs is outside. However, we have an overview canopy that'll potentially have heaters incorporated within them, so it could be used year round. And I think that was one of the biggest focuses here at the Crossings was creating 12 months of activation on this riverfront, and to do that, we need to be able to accommodate and embrace our our Minnesota winters.
Wonderful. Well, you've already had one highly successful aspect of Mississippi Crossings open, and that's the Bowline Apartments. Tell me a little bit about how that has gone and what are some of the amenities that we can find inside of the boat line.
Yeah, you know, that project has been, like you mentioned, highly successful. It's very well received by the community. I think what we've realized over the last few years is even though we've gone through this really long, large development cycle, there's still pockets within the Twin Cities that just haven't gotten any new product developed. And it's an innovative project with high design, really nice finishes, and then to your point, a lifestyle amenities package that just isn't available right now in the Champlin community. So I think that was one of the biggest draws to it. As you go into the building, like I said, lifestyle amenities, everything you can pretty much think of, right? You have a pool courtyard, bocce ball court, 2 pickleball courts that are actually open to the public, a riverfront rooftop private dining area. You've got dog spa, bike storage, state-of-the-art fitness center, and then underground parking, just to kind of name a few. But really packed with the amenities. But I think the biggest amenity here is the connectivity to the Mississippi River, and then also the surrounding trails and other park systems that the city's put in over the years.
One of the things I love about the boat line is that you also put some aspects in it that are open to residents, that partnership piece for the community. So maybe you don't live at the boat line, but there is the option of the stay and play package. Talk to us a little bit about what is a stay and play package. Yeah,
typically in our communities we have a stay package. You can come in and you can rent one of our, we keep 2 units offline and we rent those out to the community. We call them a guest suite. It really functions like a hotel room. And what we really see is we see a lot of business travelers come through, people that are going to be working in the community for a 3 to 5 day stint, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and they'll come, they get to take advantage of all the amenities and services that are offered in an apartment building versus staying in a hotel. Now here, given the fact that we're on the riverfront, your boat club is on site here at the river, you've got the park area, and then you also have the restaurant coming. It's what we call our stay and play package. So we are working through putting together packages that people from outside of the building can come stay, they can have a boat rental, they can have a dinner at the restaurant, or take in some of the live entertainment at the amphitheater. So it's really kind of the ultimate stay and play area, especially with all the connectivity to the various bike paths and trails and other park systems here in Champlin.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. And then 2 more amenities that I'd like to point out is just there is a movie theater room inside of the boat line that is open for residents to rent out as well. Correct?
Right. Yeah, residents and people from the community, along with our private dining area. And so if you think of, hey, we want to have a March Madness, get together with your friends, family, or you want to have a private dining experience up on the 4th floor overlooking the river and all the public and private improvements within the Crossings District, that's at the access of the residents here in the community as well.
And that's probably one of my favorite aspects of this whole Mississippi Crossings area is those gorgeous views. I have been up top of the bow line and it is an awesome space to rent. So congratulations on its success, and we thank you so much for being here with us this morning to just share on Mississippi Crossings and all that is to come. We look forward to the restaurant breaking ground this fall and hopefully learning the name of it and the operator and more to come.
Yeah, more to come this fall. We're really excited to release that to the public and really create that excitement and buzz around that restaurant and what's to come there next season.
Awesome, wonderful. Well, thank you. Next up, we're going to hear from 2 local businesses, one that's new to the community and one that is one of our oldest around. Both have unique offerings for Champlin residents. Take a look.
Have you ever wanted to float down the Mississippi River, but you do not own a boat? Well, me too. But now you're in luck with your boat club and the city of Champlin.
It's majestic, it's beautiful, it has so much to offer.
We recently caught up with the excellent staff over at your boat club, as well as Ashley Wagner from Champlin Communications.
Therefore, we've partnered with your boat club. And whether you're a resident or a non-resident, whether you're a member of your boat club or not, the great part is Champlin has an offering for you to include a discount, a little perk for Champlin residents. Champlin residents can actually use the discount code ChamplinResident20 and get 20% off boat rentals, which is, wow, amazing. And again, you do not have to be a Your Boat Club member.
To learn more or to reserve a boat, just simply visit your boat club. Just a reminder that Champlin residents do receive a discount, and hey, here's the best news. Pets are welcome to join you on your beautiful pontoon cruise down the Mississippi River.
Your boat club will walk you through everything you need to know. You can even make a day of it and go up the Rum River, as they were just sharing with us earlier, and you can grab a bite to eat in the nearby cities of Anoka. Soon you're going to be able to grab a bite to eat right here on the river in Champlin when our new restaurant is built in partnership with Graco Development. And we're going to have more to share about that in our upcoming live and local Champlin show on July 29th, which we cannot wait to sit down with the Graco developer and reveal those plans for that rooftop restaurant, bar and grill. And again, it is all part of this 25+ year plan in the making to activate the river for Champlin residents through this redevelopment called Mississippi Crossings.
Champlin Sinclair is the oldest operating business in Champlin, serving its citizens for over 70 years and are one of the last gas stations in the country that offer to fill their customers' gas for them.
That's a direct result of not too much money. And when upgrading the pumps to have them accept credit cards, there wasn't the $50,000 that was needed. So we continued to come out and pump your gas, and we never really thought that self-serve would take hold. So we just continued to do it.
And even in the winter, you guys will come out?
Oh, especially, yeah.
And after stopping by to fill up the tank, it is no secret how this one small gas station has been in business for as long as they have.
Willpower.
Now joining us, our mayor, Ryan. Thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you very much.
To give your perspective on this new gathering space that's going to be so wonderful for our community. Give us a little bit of your perspective on Mississippi Crossings, the area, what it's going to mean to this community.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and obviously I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Last interview, last live and local. It's kind of bittersweet, but what a beautiful setting to have it take part in. You know, this morning when I was preparing for this interview, I was looking back at some old pictures and thinking about the nostalgia of all this, and I keep coming back to this one photo of my daughter next to the monument at our Mississippi Crossings area, of a picture that said Father Hennepin in 1682 was once here and left here to find St. Anthony Falls. And it always sort of rubbed me a little bit wrong in the idea of someone who was a figure back in the day left Champlin, which I believe is an amazing community. Obviously back then it was nothing.
How can you leave Champlin?
Right, there was nothing but trees, but left here to go find something presumably better, right? And I think that I carried that with the whole time when we were talking about the crossings and what we wanted to make it something special, and make it special for the community and make it special because this is a special place. When we were testifying to the Senate Bonding Committee and the House Bonding Committee, I remember I talked about this being a gathering place. This has been a gathering place for centuries. Yes. Literally. Right over here we have the Rum River. Right here we have the Elm Creek, and then of course the Mississippi River right behind us. This was a cultural center for hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Yes.
And that makes it special for me now, and I'm sure everybody in the community and all our staff and the rest of the council members, to have something that can bring people together. When I was testifying at the Capitol to try to get funds for the project, that was the thing, right? That was the thing that I wanted to press upon the legislators, that this is a gathering place. This is going to bring people together, not just in Champlin, but it's going to bring people together throughout the entire region. And to look at it now and see the progress that we have and what's coming out of the ground with the event center, the performing area, a restaurant, everything, it's incredible. It's everything that I've ever dreamed of and more. And I'm amazingly excited for the community to be able to take part in it.
Wonderful. And I do love that you mentioned all the amenities, because I feel like inside of Mississippi Crossings you really can find something for everyone, to include those park improvements of adding a playground, adding the water feature for the kids, adding a concessionaire with, future ice cream stop for families looking for a day at the park. I mean, there's just something for everyone. It's very exciting to think how many people are going to come and gather in this space.
Yeah, it really is. And I got to tell you, it didn't come easy.
No.
We had meetings on top of meetings on top of meetings with the city council, with staff, to try to figure out what this is and try to make sure we brought all those elements together and make it special for the community. Hundreds of hours went into making this special, and all of our staff members and our council members really put a lot of input into making it a reality, and it's going to be special. And like you said, there's all kinds of layers of people and kids and older people and young people and families, and everybody is going to be able to come here and take part in it. And it is the most exciting time, because as you've detailed for us, it's been years in the making, but this is it. I mean, in the next 3 months, we're going to be hosting a grand opening event. Tell us a little bit about what the community can expect and why they should save a date in October to join us here on the river. Yeah, I do want to back up a little bit, and I thought that our city administrator Bret Heitkamp did an excellent job laying out the timeline of it all, and the decades of planning that went into it. And I want to make sure that I address that, because there's a lot of people going back to 1999, and Steve Boynton and all the city council members and all the mayors that led up to this that made this a reality. So, I mean, this council is bringing it across the finish line, but it was the hard work and dedication of all our staff members and all the city council members and the mayors of the past that made this a reality. And to segue into that comment, I want to make sure that all those people get the proper recognition that they deserve for actually being such a significant part and playing such a significant role in making this project a reality and making the event something special. So to get further along here, the event that we have, it's going to be something I can't wait. I mean, when their staff first brought it to us, and it had been envisioned of what we want to do as far as a grand opening, having live music, and again, bringing people together. We have the Champlin Choir, we have the Champlin Band, we have a local artist, a local musician that's going to come and play a song that was literally written for the community. And it's a huge song. Anderson Daniels, you have to go look it up online. And
it's called Our Town.
Our Town, yes.
And it is written, and the video is here on the river in Champlin.
Yes, it's awesome. The nostalgia of watching that, and the excitement and the enthusiasm that brings out in me when I watch that video, it's just so much Champlin pride, right? It's what we have, and there is not a better fitting person to share that and to perform along with our local talent as far as the choir and the band and everything in our outdoor performing area. We're going to have all kinds of opportunities for prizes and everything opportunities from local vendors, food trucks, etc. Up there for people to take part in. It's going to be
It'll be everyone's first chance to get a look inside the event center, to hear live music on the stage, to take a look at the public docks, bring your dogs to come visit the new dog park, bring your kids to experience the new playground. I hear there might even be free ice cream from Cullen, so who isn't excited about that?
Yes.
It should be a huge event with a ton of giveaways for sure. Another event that is coming soon, besides the grand opening, that I know you're equally passionate about, as am I, is we've been talking about it for a long time, how Champlin really needed a space to gather, and then we really needed to bring to life a hometown holiday type event. You've been a huge component in helping make it happen with the recent purchase of a giant tree that's going to light up and sync to music. Tell us a little bit about what residents can expect this December and why else they should put December 3rd on their calendar for the hometown holiday gathering.
Yes, thank you. And that's fantastic. It has been sort of an inside joke with the council for years when we were envisioning this area to have this lighted tree, to make this something special up in this area, to play music and to bring people together. To be able to have that now up there is going to be special. When you came on at the City of Champlin and you shared your excitement and your enthusiasm for the event, I was kind of starting to get, like a bah humbug kind of a feel. But when you brought that excitement and that enthusiasm to your role in the City of Champlin and to me, talking about having the hometown holiday, having all these events, it reinstilled the excitement that I have for it. And it really, not only that, but it brought that excitement for the rest of the council. The council made a fairly significant investment in all kinds of different stuff as far as the tree and having gigantic ornaments and stuff like that for people to come and have pictures and play music. And once all of the crossings is completely finished with our restaurant and all of the parks and everything are all done and connected, it's going to be an absolute destination for the entire region. That event is something that I can't wait, and I'm so excited that I'm going to be able to be part of it while I'm still the mayor.
That's what I was thinking, is it's happening. You're going to get to light the tree up. People are going to want to be at Mississippi Crossings by 6 p.m. on Saturday, December 3rd. And probably a really unique aspect I want to mention too is we put a lot of thought into this, and it will be hometown colors, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
There's the planning and everything like that. I tell you what has gone into this is something that is like next level, right? I mean, that was one of the passions. I mean, to dial it back just a little bit, one of the passions of this particular council that I recall is to bring events and bring opportunities for residents in the community to come together, right? And there is no question, unequivocally, that this city council has embraced that and wanted to do everything that they could to make it special and bring events to the community.
Well, I am so excited. I can't wait to see a tree lit up in hometown blue and white rebel colors and to gather this December. Speaking of community gatherings, I want to thank you so much for being with us today. We're now going to take a look. Our Champlin Police Department does an annual gathering each summer, and it involves a sweet treat. Let's take a look.
So this is our Cones with a Cop event. We've done this for a few years now. It's a chance to get together with the community and have some ice cream and try to get out of the heat. We keep picking the hottest days of the year.
Hey Andy, are you sure you can't control the weather?
Surprisingly, I don't know how we do that, but so here we are, trying to stay cool.
With temps nearing 100 degrees, Cullen's Ice Cream was the perfect place to cool off. They even created a special Champlin PD ice cream for the event. And with so many flavors to choose from, everyone who visits Cullen's is sure to find something they like.
It's Cullen's, everything here is good. You know, it's all about community, it's all about connection, and that's something that we prioritize and we make an effort for, and we wouldn't be out here if it wasn't something that was important to us, and obviously the community feels the same way. So we're happy to be here.
And Kids Smiles said that they were happy to be there too.
This is a great opportunity for people to come out and meet the officers and see us in a climate that's very friendly, very approachable. It's it's a non-enforcement interaction, so it's come up and meet us and get to interact with us and get to see us eating ice cream with you and just get to talk to us, and we get to talk to you and get to know you and you get to know us, and it's a really fun experience for everybody. This is honestly the part that makes my day, is just getting to hang out with people and getting to know them. And I got to meet Vonnie earlier, and he told me his favorite ice cream was the Superman ice cream, but that his favorite superhero was Batman. So I'm like, good choice, Vonnie.
This isn't your only opportunity to meet the Champlin PD, though.
Please follow us on Facebook. The Champlin Police Department has a Facebook page. Follow us for events, any notices that we put out to the community. And anytime you see us driving down the street, please don't hesitate to give us a wave, flag us down, say hi. We love to come and talk to you and come and have a chat with you and get to know you. So please come and say hi.
Welcome to Dreamers Vault Games. My name is Joe. We specialize in card games, board games, and tabletop miniatures. I'm Joe Wickland. I'm the manager at the Champlin Dreamers location. Dreamers Vault Games, we have 5 locations: Minneapolis, South St. Paul, Burnsville, Champlin, and St. Louis Park. So we offer all the different major games, whether it be the RPGs, miniatures, card games, stuff like that. We supply all the different accessories as well. But yeah, and then we have a game room, the main game room, and then a main card room, and then a miniatures game room as well. And then we do have 2 private rooms as well for like RPGs and stuff like that. So just continue to do business, expand our clientele. We got a lot of regulars. We just keep adding to our regular base throughout the year. So we got a great community, several different communities too for miniatures and cards and RPGs and stuff. So a lot of some of the programs that we have here too are run by the community itself. So we definitely want to welcome everybody in, and if they got ideas and want to promote some events and stuff, we definitely welcome that. We try to offer events and space for basically anybody else that wants to come up and start their games too. I think it's definitely the social aspect. Again, we try to provide a great atmosphere, and people have great experiences when they come in, just doing the events and stuff like that. So you might not get that same experience out of online gaming. I know like Magic has Arena and stuff like that online, Pokemon does too, but just coming in and being around other people. Of all the game stores around, I mean, we definitely pride ourselves in customer service, providing a place to play, the different events and stuff like that. We're very active with the different communities, and I mean, that's what we're trying to build, is a bigger and better community for all the gamers. So, but yeah, otherwise we try to carry a good wide array of just the different games.
Welcome back. Now joining us, our Community Development Director, Scott. Thank you so much for being here to share a little more insight on Mississippi Crossings as well as other developments around town.
Yes, thanks for having me, Ashley. Beautiful day, beautiful backdrop. It's good to be here. Thanks.
Thank you. Wonderful. Well, let's start with, there's still an aspect of Mississippi Crossings that's still to come and in the development stages, and that's something called Mississippi Marketplace, which once I heard about it, I really love it because we've heard about the big restaurant aspect, we've heard about the event center aspect, we've heard about the park improvements, but let's say someone is coming to just spend a day at the park. Mississippi Marketplace might be just the perfect stop to add to their outing.
Yes, absolutely. So, we have great synergy in Mississippi Crossings with an upcoming restaurant, you have an event center, you've got some residential, so it's kind of live, work, play situation, but what's missing maybe is kind of just what you're talking about. And we're excited about the prospect of what's Mississippi Marketplace is what it's being known as. So there is a small site, not a big site, but a small site in the Mississippi Crossings that could support Mississippi Marketplace. And essentially what it is a 3,500 square foot building that is a bakery deli. So kind of boutique-ish type thing, but provides folks the opportunity to have a sandwich, to have a drink, to have a baked donut or something like that, and enjoy the crossings. And so we feel like it's a great fit for the Mississippi Crossings. And so where we're at in terms of that particular use, right now the city is going through the approval process for that. So there's a site plan that goes along with it, and we're reviewing building elevations and parking and landscaping, and to make sure that it fits within the parameters of that site in Mississippi Crossings. So excited at the prospect.
That is so wonderful. Well, there's also other development around town to talk about besides just the excitement around Mississippi Crossings and all that's to come this fall. Tell us a little bit about what else is going on around town.
Sure. So there's quite a bit, actually, of course, with development and growth in the city of Champlin. We have a number of residential projects that are
either in the works or under construction right now. We've noted maybe in other highlights in other social media, the Oaks at Bauer Farm, which is a residential subdivision, just about 100 lots up there, which is progressing nicely. New homes getting built every day out there, and in fact it's going better, I think, than the developer in this case even expected. There's other, but beyond single family residential, there's other options. As a city, we look at providing housing opportunities and living arrangements for all types, right? And so another project I'd note is Norbella. Norbella is a new, it's a senior assisted living memory care facility, just about finished at 117th Avenue, kind of at the corner of 169 and 117th. Beautiful building, fits fantastic in the site with some preserved trees, quiet site, but 40 units of a different or an alternative housing choice for folks that might need that choice. So yes, residential is going well. In terms of commercial, retail, that type of development, we have some stuff that has been recently completed, and you can see that as you drive by, whether that's Top Wash, Car Wash, or others. But there's also some others that are sort of in the planning stages or beyond the planning stages where we're waiting for construction to start. So the city, in terms of a process, of course, anytime someone wants to locate in the city, build a commercial building or whatnot, they have to go through a site planning process, and the city makes sure that things work from a building aesthetics and landscaping and parking and lighting and all of those things that go into making a quality site. But we don't always control the timing, right? So we go through an entitlement or an approval process. Once they're approved, then it's really up to that private developer to then move forward with construction. So there's a couple of developments that we're sort of patiently waiting on getting started that we've probably announced on a number of occasions. One being Twin City Twisters, which they're talking about consolidating their two operations into one great looking building. That site is just south of Willie McCoy's on Business Park Boulevard. So we're excited about them starting, again, with their schedule in mind. Another I'd note is Riverway Church. So again, another site at 117th Avenue on 169. Riverway Church has plans to construct a church facility there, but ultimately it's more of a community center. They're very community oriented. They'll have gym space, meeting space, other things. So it's a real good community user for that development site. And again, we're waiting for the timing of them to get their things squared away to start construction. So yeah, we're excited at those getting started soon.
Wonderful. We've given us a great overview of some things to come. What is the process when it comes to someone looking to develop inside of Champlin?
Sure. So, to an extent, the city is a marketer. We're always marketing our city to bring businesses, new businesses in that we feel like we need. But we're also a regulator. And so if someone identifies a location that they want to build a building, and I'll use Twin City Twisters as an example, they identified a site, they go through a planning process that includes site plan. And so we're working with the applicant, in this case Twin City Twisters, on positioning a building with the right amenities from an exterior standpoint, because we have guidelines for that type of thing, and making sure that it's a quality looking building, of course, but also applying standards like, does it have the right amount of parking spaces? Does it have the landscaping that's needed? Stormwater management, public utilities, sewer and water. So all of that goes into a package, if you will, that runs through a review process that includes a staff review, city staff, as well as our planning commission, which is an advisory board to the city council. So they see those plans, and then ultimately the city council that approves them. So that process generally is about 60 to 90 days, for someone to go through. But I think it's important from the standpoint of making sure that it's meeting the city's expectations when it's built.
Awesome, wonderful. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Scott, to share your development insight and all the developments around town that are to come in 2023 as they hopefully break ground.
Yes.
And before we wrap up, I do want to thank not only Scott, but everyone who joined us today, all of our live guests, as well as our local businesses that allowed us to feature all of their offerings that they bring to our Champlin residents. And of course, thank you to everyone at home who is watching. Be sure to follow us, our City of Champlin website weekly for updates, and our Facebook for updates so that you don't miss out on any of the upcoming events this fall around the new Mississippi crossings and the event center. And look for that event center rental information online. Thank you again for today. That's a wrap for Live and Local Champlin. We will see you next time.